welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Raya and have a blast watching my videos. Of course, if you're not subscribed yet and if you want to see me again, then just click the subscribe button. So yeah, I guess that's it. Let's jump right into this tutorial. Alright, prom season is coming up here in the Philippines, so I guess I'm gonna do a classic makeup look that is perfect for any kind of dress, any color that you will choose, and any lipstick that you would want to pair with it. So if you're interested, then just keep on watching. First off, I'm gonna start by prepping my skin. You don't want your skin to be dehydrated so that you will look radiant and glowy. So I think the best way to prep your skin for prom is to layer on moisturizer, hydrating facial mist. So refreshing. Of course, if you have other skin problems like large pores, redness, acne, then by all means choose a primer that will address it, like pore filling primers or mattifying primers, anything that can help your makeup stay a lot longer. Right now my skin is in good condition, so I'm skipping all of those. So now I'm going to start with my brows. Because prom lasts for about 3 hours or more, you need to make sure that all of your makeup will be intact by that time. So for my brows, I'm not taking my favorite eyebrow pencil. Instead, I'm taking this brow gel or brow pomade. This is BYS in the shade Brunette. So I'm just starting to feather out some strokes on the underside of my brows. And with prom makeup, usually you have to be detailed, very precise, very clean. So if you are doing your own makeup for prom, make sure that you practice beforehand because you want to know which products work best for that night. And then make sure that your brow hairs are in place, so use a brow setting gel. That brow gel earlier is pretty much secured already for your brows, but this one will just make sure that everything is in place. So now we start with our complexion because that primer that we have earlier has already set. But if you want to do your eye makeup first, then by all means do so. But for this makeup look, I will keep it very light, very soft, so there won't be too much fallout. So it's okay for me to start on my base. Foundation, make sure that you use a long wearing one. So for me, that is Matte and Poreless by Fit Me. This is such a good drugstore option because it lasts a long time on me. And I have combination skin, so I get oily in my T-zone. And other than that, the outer parts of my face are pretty much normal. So this works well for me. Of course, choose a foundation that will suit your skin type. If you're oily, go for more matte and more full coverage foundations. If you have dry skin, then you may want to choose a more hydrating one. So what I'm doing is I'm just warming up the foundation on the back of my hand. This will just ensure that it will melt onto your skin, it will blend smoothly on your skin because sometimes your products need to be warmed up. Yeah. Also, don't forget to use a foundation that matches your skin pretty well. You don't want to go to prom with a very white head and then very brown body, you know? So match your foundation with the rest of your body. And because I want the coverage more on the center of my face, that's where I am focusing most of the products. For me, for events, I find that using the beauty sponge is more flawless looking, airbrushed, that's it. So I'm just bouncing my beauty sponge over the foundation making sure that it blends well on my skin. Foundation is on. Next, we go to concealer, and make sure that your concealer is more full coverage because this will ensure that all your problematic areas will be covered. So I have some blemish here. I want to brighten up my forehead. And then I also have some acne scarring here. And then I also want to highlight the center part of my face. But for me, in real life, so that makeup will last longer and makeup will translate more naturally on your face, less is always more. So I'm gonna start blending again, making sure that the pressure is very, very light. So for me, this coverage is enough. But if this isn't for you, then by all means add another layer. Now we move on to the next step. I'm gonna set everything with this powder. This is a photo-friendly powder, so it helps for flash photography. It doesn't have any flashback, and you don't want to have flashback. It's not a pretty look. So I'm just taking some powder on my beauty sponge, and I'm actually pressing that on the parts where I have concealer. I find that this way of setting my base is very much effective for me. It keeps my foundation from slipping and sliding everywhere, and it makes my base last longer. So taking away that powdery finish, I'm gonna take a setting spray and mist myself. In this way, you will also have some protection layer going on, like you have your foundation, your setting powder, and then your setting spray, making sure that your makeup is really secured there. Let's move on to the eyes now. I'm gonna take this classic neutral palette that I have. This is the Zoeva Naturally Yours palette. So take your blending brush, and I'm taking Soft and Sexy right here. This is just a medium brown shade. I'm gonna tap my brush because this is very, 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 very pigmented. And I'm gonna slightly map out my crease with this one. The last time that I went to prom was 4 years ago. My gosh. Well, on my first time, I was in my junior year in high school, and usually juniors are the ones who will organize the prom. That time I was more involved with the prom committee. The preparations were very, very hectic. Our prom theme was very chic. It was Into the Moonlight Royals. Oh, we had a royal themed prom, and everything was just so, I don't know, demanding because we had high hopes, we had high expectations. We set the bar high for ourselves, and in the end, it was just us who were suffering. But I'm not mad. I'm actually glad that we pushed ourselves to the limit because it was very, very enjoyable, and it was such a good learning experience for us, in terms of being a leader, in terms of time management, in terms of adulting, because we had to contact everything by ourselves. The event coordinator. So yeah, it was fun, and my uncle was the one who made the invitations, so I was really involved with my junior prom. I remember 1 week of doing every invitation at our house. I was helping it out because I know what we want. Like, our invitation was a scroll like thingy. Then everyone had titles. We made them choose. We made them pick titles like the Duchess of Arendelle, like that. And it was such a fun time for me. I want a little warmth to the look, so I'm taking this coral shade right here and I'm gonna put that above soft and sexy, that brown shade. And then for my gown for junior prom, it was a beautiful, beautiful red ball gown. I felt like I was in my debut rather than in prom. So now we build up the crease by taking this dark brown right here. It has a more of a purple undertone and it's called Slow Dance. And I'm just packing it on the outer and inner corners of my eyes. Also leave that center blank there. That's where we're gonna put our shimmer shade. Creating for you is something that's universal. You can wear it with any dress, any gown. I'm just taking a blending brush, mixing that coral and medium brown shade just to buff out the crease. And if you want, you can add a black shadow to add more drama to the look. My sister Ada and my mom was also there during that program. They were also monitoring how things were running smoothly. And I'm so thankful for them because they were really supportive. I'm just gonna take Pure here, which is a bone shade, and using that to make everything blended. I'm also gonna take a little bit, just a pinch of that black and add it on the really outermost and innermost part of my eyes. My gown was a cream colored thing with black adornments and it was also chic, very sexy, quite the opposite of my red ball gown because it was like a serpentine cut and I like it. I felt like I was in Hollywood red carpet, you know? I spritz my flat detailed brush with the setting spray that I was using earlier and I'm taking this shade. It's called Smooth Harmony and I'm putting it on the center part where we left everything clear. Also taking what's left of that on my inner corners right here. I'm actually gonna take more of the black on a pencil brush and deepen out this outer corner because I feel like all that blending earlier took away the dimension. Ha! I'm a whole new person now. I actually added some false lashes because big events like this require false lashes. It will just make everything nice for pictures and of course you want to be your very best. I'm gonna take some black gel liner and tight line my upper waterline and then on my lower waterline I'm gonna take a cream pencil, adding a little bit of mascara on my lower lashes. I think it's now time to contour the face, so as usual sculpt out the hollows of your cheekbones. Taking my Rimmel bronzer in the shade Sun Bronze, and this is just to blend the contour shade and bring back some warmth to my face. I'm actually taking a blending crease brush with some of that bronzer and start to sculpt out my nose contour starting on the end of my brow here. Also putting a line here. I'm actually gonna take out my pressed powder again and just highlight that center part. For blush, I'm actually gonna mix two shades here. One is more pink, the other is very peach. So I'm just gonna mix the two of them to create a nice mid-tone shade for the blush. The blush on the apples of my cheeks. And I'm also spreading a little bit on that on the center part Before I do the highlighter, I'm gonna do another layer of setting spray before it dries down. That's when I'm gonna take my fan brush and apply the highlighter. So this is the nude shade. So this is the second lip option. This one is more of a mauve lipstick. And lastly, we have your classic red shade. Just douse yourself in setting spray and you're good to go. And this is the final makeup look. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to leave a comment down below. And of course, don't forget to follow me on my other social media accounts because I'm very active there. I hope that you will have a fun time during your prom. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Actually, it's a twice-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So don't forget to grab it and have the best night of your lives. When you look back at it on your college days, you will surely miss it. And if you did have an enjoyable and unforgettable time, I think it will be one of your biggest regrets. So make sure that you will have fun times there, you will have unforgettable memories, and that way you will have something to cherish for the rest of your life. I guess that's the end of this video, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!